So I'm going to go on the other side. So we're going to put them on the other side. I'm not sure it's going to matter. It's not going to matter because it's short either way. So we'll push it back through. I guess that'll be fine. There we go. There we go. See if it works. And then if it works, I'm cutting all this off and then we're going to rewire it. I just want to make sure it works. The wires are short. They're getting there. They're working. And then if it works, I'll make a schematic. Oh, yeah. This thing may not work. It's starting to scare me. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do the old school techniques here. Because I'm not sure it even works. Now, these are a bunch of mics I had in a box, so I'm going to show you an old school trick. We're going to clean all these off. Take this one off. We're going to pull these down out of the way. My God. They don't give you any room here, so I'm just probably going to take this connector off. I don't even going to have room to do what I'm trying to do with my jumpers. It's all going to hit. Okay, it ain't hitting there. No, it's going to though. Let's see if we can make this work. I'm going to be cutting this off. So I'm going to cut this so that I can pull that wire down through that cut so we can do some testing. And I'm going to do the same thing on this audio wire. I'll cut a little notch out of this insulation because I'm going to be putting all new. There we go. Now we can do I'm just going to pull those two the same side. Now we don't have to worry about anything arcing off. I'm going to take my wrap off. I do this so the microphone's not flopping around all over the place. Now, take our jumper. And what I want to do now is find okay. There it is. Alright, I see what's wrong already. Switch leg's wrong. Good deal. So that's what a switch leg is wrong. So I'm going to take all this apart. We're going to cut the insulator plumb off. Should be. Now we can take all this shit off. It's going to be hard to get off because it's been on for decades. But we'll get it. We might have to cut it off. But this is problematic. Let me cut it off. Cut this off. See if that'll relieve it some. There we go. And that is the shield. And pull that back. Yeah. Hell, that wasn't even hardly hooked up. So say all this is bad, watch this. I found out exactly what's wrong. It had the switch leg was wrong, and the audio wire had the audio pin had switch leg on it, so that's why it won't modulate. So you see where it was heavily pressed. We're going to slide this connector up to the first, about like that, and I'm going to come right to this and cut that off completely. Then we'll come and the idea is to go and get into this insulation slow so you don't cut the audio cables. And we're going to get in here slow, see? You know the audio cable is housed. See, that wire was smashed. See my point right there? See that? No good. Now we'll get some good wire. That microphone was all damaged from that crimp. Now we'll come in here and get us some good wire. We'll make one revolution. And then back. We'll bend it, and bend it. And then we can pull, inspect the paper by unwrapping it. You don't want none of that shit on there. Then we got transmit, receive, audio, and shield. Very simple stuff. Now, first thing you're going to do is come to the audio and shield. The shield is on the outside. So you're going to grab a tool called the null. Then you're going to start at the end of the wire and push, 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 all the way till you get plumb to the insulation. What this does is unwraps the shield around the audio cable. If you don't do this, you're going to fray all the shield and you ain't going to have nothing left. You want to get every fray, gather them up. Now we're going to pull these 3 cables, gather all the copper, all the shield, make sure that they're split, that you don't have anything in there with it. We're going to twist this up. Now this is key here. We'll put our null back. We're going to lay that shield on our index finger. And we're going to take the aluminum brush and we're just going to work the hell out of that shield. That's going to pull any paper, any fiber that was in the wrap out of the shield, and it's also going to knock the coating off the shield. Number 2, we're going to take and slightly burn almost thought I got into the wires, but I didn't. Now we're going to put this and because we do radios every day, we know exactly how it wires, and we know what's what. And with that being said, we're going to wire it right, see if it works. Now, I don't know. The microphone may not work, guys. I don't know. But I know how to wire it and find out real quick. And it was wired wrong. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to roll up this. Every time I pick up my tools, something's different about it. All right, here we go. I'm going to tin this whole shield, and then obviously we'll be cutting it short. And then the length that we cut the shield is what will make all the other ones. But we're going to stiffen the shield so the shield's reinforced, and then we insulate the shield. just like it was factory, but we do it with a little bit different material. I'm just getting my gun good and hot. Not there yet. I just turned it on, so as soon as I put this in the clamp, so it'll take a couple of seconds. And there she goes. Put some of these tools back. But I'm gonna need this. I don't need this. This doesn't need to be for it. I'm gonna rotate this because I want to. That's exactly why I use that isolator. All right, so now, oh, I did good. That one's all the way to the insulator. Let's come in here and I'm gonna load the gun. We'll load the gun, and I'll just drop solder it by letting it flow right in there like this. Like that. Now we got stiff reinforcement, like I said. So now y'all understand why I take one of these, put around the entire cord. Before we get too much farther, we want to take this insulator. That's for the main hub. And it goes, push this back into your connector and forget about it. All right. Real easy. So, let's go back. Transmit. And we'll get that audio cable last. Now we're going to come in here, get this cheese head. Last but not least, I leave my audio cable insulator slightly longer. And then your audio cable will have a little bit of reinforcement inside it. So while it's still long, get rid of that. There it goes. Now we'll put it in here. And while it's still long, we'll dip it. And we'll walk the whole audio cable, then cut it short. And you can see in the audio cable, I'm going to re-dip and re-tin. You can see where that nylon string is inside there. I burn all that off. So we'll re-dip. And then I'm going to tin that up again. And what this does is this gives you something really nice to work with. Like that. And you got real good clean wires to work with. Got a little piece of something hanging off this connector. What I do with this real simple shit. I just have sometimes when I'm doing these, I have to look at the switch or the plug like I am the plug. But I gotta memorize pretty much. I just sometimes if I don't clock it right. I'm gonna bend that nipple, this wire down. See how I'm bending that down? Putting the connector in my hand like it's in the radio, and then I'm turning to the switch leg that I want, which is over here. And then I'm gonna walk it right in. Now, don't just sit there and let it hang too long. Get to work. Get you another one hooked on there. So now we're going to turn back and we're going to hook up our shield. And the shield goes on this pin right here. But I like to put a little bit of a, just like factory does. So we'll come up here. Like to do things the way it's designed to be done. There's reasons why that stuff's isolated, because if something frays in the wire, I guess I lost that piece of heat shrink. If something frays in the wire, if this shield ain't insulated, then it's going to short. So I push this insulation down, and I hold it, and then we're going to turn the heat gun up, and we're going to burn the hell out of our fingers. It's blowing it off instead of heating it up. My fault. I'm going to take my fingers, and we're going to do it this time. Here we go. There we go. Ow, 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 ow. All right. Now we're going to solder it. Do I need to put it in there? I don't, but I'm going to because it's good practice. Once again, I'm going to take my tweezers and the wire that I'm working with, I'm bending down. That way, as I bring the connector up, I'm going right in. I've also done 30,000 of these. That has, you know. So now you got what should be the switch leg. The microphone's working. There's the switch leg. So if you look over here, there's your switch leg. It's really easy stuff once you understand the circuitry. So now we got key up. So now we have two left. When we plug this in, we need to get a reference. Well, the reference will be the black wire. And so when I touch it, we should have that, the receive reference should come up. Let's see. Listen at that. Hear that? That's unhooked. That's hooked up. That's receiver reference. Meaning that it's continuing the ground loop through the mic to reference that the mic is plugged in to put receive pin to reference. That's black wire. It goes to second pin on the top. I'm starting to think that a little strange characteristics. Starting to wonder if the microphone's actually going to be good. We'll find out. I definitely. Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh. Oh. I think we got a bad element in the microphone now, guys. I really do. Oh. 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 Well, shit. I don't think the microphone works. So that was kind of a waste of time. I don't think the microphone works. That's alright. Like I said, I got a whole bunch of this shit. I gotta see if that switch leg, we might have a different switch leg. Never know about a microphone because anybody could have put any type of cord on it. Oh, wow. Okay, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Wow, okay. This thing is wired different, guys. What the fuck is that? Hang it. Oh, I see. It's just the side. So when this is pushed in, it's referencing the audio. Man. Okay. Well, let's see. I gotta let all this heat back up. Shouldn't take but a second. That's what I love about that gun. It's got quick cool down. So now I'm going to show you another trick. We can take this back off, put the plug in the radio, and we can reference with jumpers until we figure out what switch leg, because this thing is according to the switch, but I actually think the diaphragm might be bad, but I have to wire it both ways to determine. The switch leg is, see where they have the shield. That shield's tied into what wire? Okay, the yellow's definitely the audio wire. It's tied into the die. Okay, and then, yeah, I am going to almost 100% guarantee you that the diaphragm is. Oh my God. Okay, that's the white. So they took that to the shield. You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Okay, well, cool. Well, if that's the case.
I just close my eyes and hit the button.
Now I've got to get all this back. Get your ass down in there. I've got it now. I know how it's supposed to be switched according to the wires. Dadgummit, it keeps going into the screw holes. Get your ass out of there and go into your trough. And stay put. Thank you. These designed to set. All right. See, the front end of the microphone been really caved in, and I straightened it out. It might be damaged. It really might be damaged. But I'll hook the switch blade the other way and switch the audio the other way, and we'll see if we get audio. The fact that we didn't even get a feedback tells me a lot of things, guys. So I think that the diaphragm is shorted or bad or whatever you have. We're going to find out. So, switch blade we've already determined. Give me a red. There's switch blade. Easy. Switch blade. Okay. Now, if that's the switch blade, check this out. If that's the switch blade, and we come here, all right, so we still switch. Now we're going to grab another jumper. Turn this shit down. Not worried about that receive. Because we got to keep these from keying up each other here. We're going to determine if this microphone is bad. That. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I wanted it to work. But I don't think it's gonna. Okay, that's gonna key automatically. Okay. So I've switched the switch legs around every way. And I can't get no audio. So, think the diaphragm is bad. Has to be. Yeah. Wait too long. There we go. Since my baby said goodbye. Since my baby said. This thing ain't no good, man. Unfortunately. I'm making sure, but definitely keys. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hello. Thing ain't got no audio in this microphone circuit. Yep. Oh, can't make this son bitch modulate. Think she's dead as a doornail, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, audio. Oh, audio. That's where the mic ought to be working. What happened? Where's your reference go? Oh, one. See, I'm trying in every way to try to. Weird. I'm gonna find out if the diaphragm's bad. Alright, my dad calling. I'm gonna check this call.